And now it's time for BJ's Best.
That's right, Drew. Well, coming up this weekend, Drew, it is Labor Day weekend. In
It
fact, on
is.
Monday, it'll be
Bless the
uh,
Lord for an off day.
Labor Day Monday. I work Monday, but it's okay because I'll be off by lunchtime. I'm gonna get I get some extra perks for working a holiday, so I'm okay.
Oh,
Yeah, definitely. I'm okay with that. I don't mind it because it's not it's very low stress. And usually when I work a holiday, I'm usually one of the very few, if not the only one, that is up there at that time working holidays. And so I kind of wanted to go over what Labor Day, kind of the origins of it. So
okay.
obviously, we know that it's always the first Monday of September that Labor Day is observed. It's the annual celebration of the social and economic achievements of American workers. It is rooted back in the late 19th century when labor activists pushed for a federal holiday to recognize the many contributions that workers have made to America's strength, prosperity, and well being. Interestingly enough, before it was a federal holiday, Labor Day was recognized by labor activists and in some individual states. But New York was the first state to introduce a bill back in 1885, 1886 to to honor the workers and to give them a full day in recognition. But it was actually Oregon that was the first to pass a law recognizing Labor Day back in February of 1887. During that calendar year, four more states, Colorado, Massachusetts, New Jersey, and New York, would end up passing laws creating a Labor Day holiday. And by the end of the 1880s, Connecticut, Nebraska, and Pennsylvania had followed suit. By 1894, it was already up to 23 additional states at that point had adopted the holiday. And so, on June the 28th of 1894, Congress passed an act making the first Monday in September of each year a legal holiday. In terms of who came up with the idea, there are two workers that make a solid claim to being the father of Labor Day, or well, founder, I guess is what you would say. Um,
Labor Day, Papa.
yes, Labor Day Papa. So it says that back in 1882, some records show Peter J. McGuire, who was a general secretary of the Brotherhood of Carpenters and Joiners and a co founder of the American Federation of Labor, had suggested setting aside a day for a general holiday for the laboring classes to honor those who from rude nature have delved and carved all the grandeur we behold. That's a direct quote from McGuire. But Peter McGuire's place in Labor Day history has not been without its challenges. Many believe that it was machinist Matthew McGuire, not Peter McGuire. So Mick, as the way to differentiate, founded the holiday. The research recently shows that it was Matthew McGuire, who was the secretary of Local 344 of the International Association of Machinists over in Paterson, New Jersey, proposed the holiday back in 1882 while serving as secretary of the Central Labor Union of New York. It says, according to the New Jersey Historical Society, after President Cleveland signed the law creating a national Labor Day, the Patterson Morning Call published an opinion piece stating that the souvenir pin should go to Alderman Matthew McGuire of this city, who is the undisputed author of Labor Day as a holiday. Both McGuire and Mick McGuire attended the country's first Labor Day parade in New York City of that year. So, a little bit of intrigue, a little bit of controversy in terms of who was the one that came up with the idea. But it is still one of those that it is a much needed day off, and for a lot of people, you obviously it's a federally recognized holiday, and just like some of the others that we have on the calendar, it is one that there not necessarily much that you would remember or have to like feel sad about by taking a day off. Obviously, going back throughout the years, Labor Day used to be the last true day of summer, because most school districts would start right after Labor Day. They'd start the Tuesday after Labor Day, and that would be the first day of school. Now that's kind of gone by the wayside, where you've had school starting earlier and earlier into the month of August, whether they should or not, but they still will get out of school by Memorial Day, so that you do have a good, decent chunk of change for summer vacation. But the start of the college football season was when they were planning that around. They actually have it in NCAA handbook. The NCAA handbook says that the season cannot start until the Saturday or the week just before the start of the Labor Day holiday. So you'll see this weekend, in fact, starting tonight, the games going for 5 straight whole days, because that's been at least established in the NCAA handbook. There are certain differences in terms of like exemptions and everything like that, exceptions that can be made. But this is the reason why we have football starting up this year or this week every year, is because it is a law, and it goes back to the creation of Labor Day. So
okay, a little history lesson of BJ's.
Little history lesson with Labor Day on the minds, and I was like, it could go a couple different routes with it, with football season starting. But I did football last week, and I was like, I want to do something different. I don't think we talked about the origins of Labor Day before here on this podcast, so kind of really interesting. If you want more information, I found all of that from the U.S. Department of Labor, so you can kind of check them out online and read through some more about the creation of Labor Day, and maybe we can figure out once and for all who truly is responsible for the adoption and the idea of a day for those of the working class,
right?
The laborers.
Is it McGuire or is it Mugwire?
Mick or Ma Guire. It's somebody Guire, but
only time
we don't know who. They're probably related. They probably had the same thought at the same time, even though it is different spellings. I mean,
maybe. Oh well, I don't know about relation.
It's like, maybe Mugwire's family decided to keep their name the same way when they immigrated over, and Mick Guire had to change it at Ellis Island or something.
Yeah, that's very possible. Who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows?
That's BJ's best, Drew.
That is indeed BJ's best. It's a good BJ's best.
Well, thank you.
Yes, sir. I mean,